Amber Ames. One order of business. Two orders of business, rather. Look at this block. What is that thing? Like, and a Y, and I don't, like, I mean, I don't know. 2, I never finished reading the Chronicles of Stormalong, and I feel bad. Not really, because it didn't end, or it ended. It didn't start again. What am I talking about? Sorry, so that ended, and I don't have the rest of it. I know it exists, but I don't know who has it or where. It was on a hard drive that broke down a long time ago. I know some people have a copy, but I don't care enough to find one. Anyway, this is The Adventures of Speed the Horse, a finished story that I put in the county fair contest, and I won first place in my age division, and I got $2. So I'm gonna read it to you today. Another title page, lovely, by Amara A. Ames, age 10. Oh, and my old address. Oops. The Adventures of Speed the Horse, Chapter 1, The Beginning. Ah, yes, I do remember the days in which I ran around in the meadows and rolled in the grass. I always played with the other colts, and I always stayed close by my mother's side. Do excuse me for jumping into the story like that without introducing myself. It's a bad habit, you know, and it's impolite. Sorry, anyway, my name is Speed. I'm a horse, as you might have guessed, and this is my life story. I stayed in the pasture until I was 3 years old, and then they broke me in. Chapter 2, Being Broken In. They made me wear a bridle and a saddle. After they tacked me up, as they called it, they started to ride me. Of course it was queer at first, but then I got used to the fact that a human being was on my back. I had always seen my master ride my mother everywhere, and she had always told me to let the humans on and ride them carefully. Isn't it riding a horse? Anyway. She told me to have endurance to the end and to never kick and bite. She told me a great number of things, all very important, and that is how they broke me in. Chapter 3, Sold to a Cruel Home. It's a bit of subtle foreshadowing that I implemented. Okay, one afternoon my master loaded me into a trailer to be sold at the county fair. It was nice there, and small children would feed me snow cones. The other horses and ponies being sold would talk to me, and we got lots of fresh hay. One day, a strange-looking man came up to our small pen. He looked us all over, and after examining me, he grunted, "Good enough." So the groom put me in the man's trailer, and I was on my way to a new home. When we got there, he got out and put me in a small stall, which by the smell I could tell hadn't been mucked out in weeks. He gave me a little hay and then left without water me, or covering me up. Luckily, it was humid that night, so I lasted until the next day. With scarcely an hour of sleep, the man, my new master, woke me up and hitched me to a cart. By the way, here's an illustration of him in his stall. He got in and tapped me with the whip, so I started to walk down the streets. We stopped at a small building, and then my master loaded all this junk into the cart. He worked for the dump, I had figured out, and it was quite a heavy load. He worked for the dump. Soon we came to a large hill, and I tried to get the cart up it, but it was impossible. This was a job for 2 horses, not just one. "Get up there," said my master. "Go on, get up there." But I couldn't do it, so he got out the whip, and he started hitting with... There's a paragraph. And started hitting me with it. He struck again and again. I screamed with pain. I could not bear any more, so I collapsed. He pulled me up and started for home. He threw me in the stall, threw him, and gave me no food nor water, and he didn't cover me up. Chapter 4, Free at Last. This happened day after day, week after week, month after month, until one day I was put in a pen for the day, and I was staring at the fence. Then I saw it. Of course, this was all too easy. You see, the fence was only about 2.5 feet high. That's so smart. I knew what I was to do. I ran and jumped so high. You could just step over it, landing on my feet. And then I started running far away until I reached a valley. ... Chapter 5, The Fight. I tried to join a herd, but of course the lead stallion, a black one, saw that he had to fight the intruder, me. It was quite a fight, I tell you. We bucked and kicked and bit and bucked some more. The funny thing is, to this day, I'm still that good at writing action scenes. Can't do it. I ended up tearing his ear off with nothing but plain brute force. Okay, I've got to admit, it was just plain dumb luck. And so I won the fight. Now freedom was mine, a herd was mine, and I was free. The end. So that was fun. Stay tuned in next time for Torpedo the Super Chihuahua.